Hello, it is Friday and you're watching The Biggest Beauty Project. This week we're talking about sex and I'm really glad you guys chose me for this topic. I have a lot to say about it. First and foremost, I'm going to link the video regarding my first sex experience in the sidebar. I think it speaks for itself. I agree with what Caitlin said completely on it doesn't matter if you wait, it doesn't matter if you wait until you're married. It doesn't matter if you decide to have sex when you feel your body is ready to have sex. Just be safe. Be safe, be safe, be safe about it. If that means that you have to make that boy run out and get, or girl, run out and get a condom, or you have to get condoms yourself, or you have to talk to your parents to make them buy you condoms, you have to be safe no matter what circumstance, because you don't know when anything's gonna go down. When I was about 16, 17 years old, I started getting interested in, like, really interested in guys, and I talked to my dad about, you know, sex and whatever. You know, you talk to your parents, and so I talked to my dad about, you know, the fact that, you know, oh, I might be interested in having sex, and of course he was shocked. He's like, you know, I thought you were gonna wait until you're married and blah blah blah. And every dad thinks their daughter's gonna wait until they're married, and every dad is a little disappointed when they find out that they're not. I can almost guarantee that if you open the lines of communication with you and your parents, or even just you and your mom or whatever, if you're young, and let them know what's going on in your life, they're gonna help you be more prepared. For example, when my dad heard I wanted to be sexually active, he went out and bought me some condoms, boy condoms, just to have with me, just in case. And that's something I recommend to everybody. I recommend that all girls who are even, you know, remotely sexually active, whether it be, you know, heavy making out, or, you know, thinking, oh, it might happen, really make sure you're prepared, because not all guys carry around condoms. Just be prepared, because really, you do not want a baby. You do not want a baby when you're a kid. You do not want a baby when you're 16, 17, 18, even 19, maybe even 20. You don't want a kid. I guarantee you don't want a kid. And no matter how much you think you might want a kid, you don't want a kid. You want to have a nice young adult life. Regarding the act of sex, I think that as long as you're safe, you should have absolutely no problem communicating with your partner exactly what you want in bed. If you have problems communicating to your partner what you want in bed, or you don't feel comfortable communicating with your partner what you want in bed, you really should not be having sex with that person. It would not be fair to you if they got off and you didn't. It would not be fair to you if they didn't know what you wanted because you didn't tell them. It would not be fair to him or her if you didn't tell them what you wanted. You need to tell them what you want. Exactly, to detail. Sometimes you have to show them. I mean, there have been times when, you know, I've just had to go, listen, if you don't start doing this, I'm not going to be very happy. Or, you know, and I'm not Miss Dominatrix in bed. I mean, I would prefer that my guy is a little aggressive and, you know, manhandles me and stuff like that. You know, I like that. And I think that the only way you're going to get what you want, like I said, is if you communicate that with your partner. And if he or she is not into it, then at least you've opened up the lines of communication, and at least you can find out if you're sexually compatible or not. Because if you're not sexually compatible and you plan on having a sexual relationship with this person, if you're stuck with somebody for years, if you're planning on being with somebody for the rest of your life and you're not sexually compatible with them, look forward to years of shitty sex. Just shitty sex. It's really important, girls or guys, that you think about getting a vibrator, or, you know, one of those guy vibrators. You know, I mean, this can help you keep your virginity. Say you want to keep your virginity until you're married. Really, in all honesty, a small one will do the job almost just as good as the big ones. In my opinion, I mean, I've had a rabbit and I've had a pocket rocket, and I find that the pocket rocket just gets down to business, and that's that. Sometimes I'm not really looking for foreplay, and sometimes I just want the job done. You know what I mean? I just want to get off and go, you know? If my guy's out of town, or I'm not really, you know, I don't really, I was talking to one of my girlfriends about this the other day, or I don't want to, you know, I don't want to put any effort into it, or I don't want to, like, you know, service him. Because y'all have those moments when you just want to care about you. You just want you time. You don't want to worry about anybody else. I mean, it might seem a little inconsiderate to some, but I'm not saying all the time. I'm just saying sometimes you don't feel like doing the deed because it involves some effort on your part. Sometimes you don't want to give a whole lot of effort. So, like I said, get a vibrator, you know? Have some you time. Now, when it comes to being a bigger person in the bedroom, you've got to be just that. You've got to be a grown-up about it. If you're worried about your flab flying everywhere or whatever, and you think that your partner's gonna get grossed out, again, you should reconsider. You should think about the fact that if they are in the bedroom with you and they've seen you with your clothes on, a good indicator of what somebody's gonna look like with their clothes off is seeing them with their clothes on. I mean, it can't be too much different. My man can see my stomach whether I'm wearing clothes or I've got clothes off. So I don't really feel like that's a problem anymore. I think he knows it's there, and he loves it, and he loves me, and he's not all weird about it. Like, he's not all like touching it and stuff like that. And he knows my boundaries, and he knows where I stand and what I'm self-conscious about and what not to touch and what to touch, and you know, and that's the cool part about having sex, especially with somebody long-term, especially with somebody that you trust, somebody that you're in a long-term relationship with, somebody that you're safe with, you know, either a really good boyfriend or that you've been with for a little while, or a long-term boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever, you know, whatever you're into. The more you trust the person, the longer you've been with them, the longer you've been with somebody, the more you trust them, especially with your body and especially with sex. You're going to let them do things that you wouldn't let a normal, a different, you know, a newer person do, because, a lot of the times they know what feels better. Be safe no matter who you are, no matter what you're doing, no matter who you're with, gay, straight, young, old. Number 2, trust the person that you're with. Only have sex with somebody you trust. If you happen to have a one-night stand, don't beat yourself up over it. Do not beat yourself up over it. Do not beat yourself up over it. I wouldn't necessarily make it a habit, being that it might not be the healthiest thing, emotional issues, but it'll detach the emotion from sex, and then you'll end up feeling empty. You don't want that. That being said, have a marvelous evening. It has been a joy filling in for Marben, and I would do it anytime, any day. You guys call me and I'll be here. I love you. Have a good day.